All right, Chloe, just finished your first scrimmage of the preseason. How would you say you yourself performed, and then the rest of the team?
We all have our ups and downs, but the biggest thing I think is being consistent. I think I did that pretty well tonight. We always have our mistakes, but the biggest thing to think about is just kind of resetting, knowing that there's always a next ball, and I think me and my side every single game did a good job at doing that.
And you're entering year three. What does it feel like now to be kind of among the upperclassmen of this team?
Yeah, it's cool. You start at the bottom. I mean, you're coming out of high school and you're like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm a big senior. And then you go into college and you're like, okay, freshman year again. But now I'm in my junior year. I'm kind of starting to take in some leadership roles, stepping into a bigger position. So I've enjoyed it so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year.
You've been doing that alongside Caitlin Grimes, who I've seen you guys kind of switch out the Libero. So what's it been like working with her?
Me and Caitlin push each other back and forth all the time. It's great competition. We love each other, but we always come in the gym and we're back and forth, and I think it makes us a lot better. And at the end of the day, we're teammates, but we're still competing.
What is it about the libero position that maybe a volleyball person may not necessarily get when they first hear about volleyball?
That's a good question. Being a libero for the last probably 4 or 5 years, it's kind of, you're the most energetic person on the court at that time. A lot of people look to you to be that spurt of energy to kind of pull them back out of the rut you guys were in. So I think that's a lot of time people don't see that, or they do see it, but they don't really understand it necessarily. A libero is a big part of being that kind of defensive captain, but also, again, pulling people out of that rut and kind of picking their head up and pulling them out of it.
You bring back a lot of what last year's from all but basically a select few. One of them being McKenna, of course. How big is it to have McKenna back for this last season?
I figured she was going to take her 5th year. I don't think McKenna's ever going to be done with volleyball. It's been great to play with her. I love her to death. She'll push anybody. As soon as you step on the court with her, it's competition. She wants to win. And I think I've learned a lot of that part of who I am and kind of pulled it from her and turned that back into my game.
So, how have these new players been integrating with the team so far? You have your transfers and you have the true freshmen. So, how have they been integrating, and what stands out to you about them?
Yeah, they're great. They've jumped in right away. We did open gym type stuff over the summer, and they were here and they came out, big swings, big energy, and we love them to death as well, and they're already part of the UCF family. It's been great playing with them. We got Abby Hansen over here at 6'4", 6'5". She's huge. Takes some big rips, which, it's hard as a libero to dig those, but love her for it. Kari has a lot of energy. She comes in every day with good attitude, and that's something that I love to see on the court every day. So love them. Emily Wilson is another transfer that came in last spring, and she's one of my closest friends, and live in with her and love her to death too. So they've come in and really made a big impact on our team so far.
Obviously, McKenna is going to be something that a lot of people will bring up when it comes to this team, but who do you think that maybe hasn't been brought up so far that you think is quietly in store for a big year?
Yeah, Claudia Dillon has always been kind of a little bit behind the scenes, but always there and in the numbers and stuff like that. She is a great leader, a great teammate, and a great friend. So I think this year will really be a good highlight for her. She's coming back next year as well, or should. But yeah, so I think she'll have a pretty good year this year. I'm excited for her.
This team, of course, going for its 5th straight conference title, back to the NCAA tournament. You haven't made it past the 2nd round yet, yeah. But I imagine you guys are hungry to do that. How hungry are you to do that, and what do you guys think you need to do in order for you guys to achieve what you want to achieve?
I think we're starving for it. We want it. We're hungry. Again, we come out every day at practice, at scrimmages like this, and we compete. We're going back and forth. We're never letting any ball drop. We're never letting any ball go that we know that we can get there. We could do this. I think that's what we need to do as well, knowing that mistakes are going to happen, getting over them quick, and then getting on to the next point. But we're ready for it. We're getting there, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you, Chloe.
Cool.